All right, so 8.2 is using random samples to describe populations. And I understand the variability in samples of populations. So first we need to know some things. So the mean is the average, and that's when we add up all of our numbers and divide by how many numbers we have. Our median is our middle number, which we put in order from least to greatest and find the middle. If there are two middle numbers, we add those two middle numbers up and divide by 2. And then our range is how spread out our data is, and that is our biggest number minus our smallest number. And so we are going to use multiple random samples. So you and a group of friends want to know how many students in the school prefer pop music. There are 840 students in the school. Each person in the group randomly surveys 20 people. So the table shows the results, and we're looking at pop music. So we are only going to be looking at this column right here, if it'll let me draw. And I actually made it to where you're only going to find a friend A and friend B. And so you're going to use each sample to make an estimate of the number of students who prefer pop music. This is just like what we just did. So we had, so you have 13 people out of the 20 people that you asked. And so that equals some number out of 840 students in the school. So we're going to cross multiply. And so 840 times 13. And then remember we divide by that third number is 20. So we get x equals 546. And so we estimate that 546 people in the school like pop music. You also can do 13 divided by 20 and then times 840 students in the school, and you'll get the same thing. So friend A found 8 people that like pop music. So they have 8 over 20 people that they asked times 840, because remember we can do it both ways. So I'm just showing you 2 different ways, and then you can decide which way you like the most and use that. So 8 divided by 20 times 840, and we get 336. So they estimate 336 people. And I want you to do friend B on your own, and then you're going to check your answer with mine. Friend B had 10 people out of 20 people that they asked that liked pop music. So 10 divided by 20 is 0.5, and then 0.5 times 840 gave me 420 people in the school. So these are not exact, but they're estimates of what we would assume the whole school would be like, because we can't always go around and ask everybody in the school. So we just ask a part or a small sample, and then we assume what it would be for the big population. So the center, describe the center and variation of the estimates. So the center, we're going to put them in order from least to greatest. So we have 336, 420, and then 546. And we're going to find the middle. So we cross them off in the middle. So the center is 420. And then our variation is our big minus small. So we're going to do 546 minus 336, and we get 210 is our variation. So our smallest, from our smallest number to our biggest number, is 210. All right, so now we're going to determine whether the conclusions are valid. And so to do this, we're going to find the mean. And so we're going to add all of our numbers in each row. So it says you want to know the mean number of hours students with a part-time job work each week. At each of the 6 schools, you randomly survey 10 students with part-time jobs. Your results are shown. So A is one school, B is another school, C is another school. Each sample make an estimate for the mean number of hours with part-time job. Describe the variation of the estimates. So we're going to add these all up. So I'm just going to put a plus sign in between each of these. And when we add them all up, we actually get 70. When we add these up, we get 70. And so we are going to take 70 divided by the 10 schools, because there are 10 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I get 7. So on average at school A, we would say about 7 hours a week they work their part-time job. So B, let's add those up. So 10 plus 4 plus 4 plus 6. Oops, that's the only problem. You really have to make sure that you're actually clicking the plus sign. Plus 8 plus 6 plus 7 plus 12 plus 8 plus 8. We get 73. So 73 out of 10 people that we asked at that school gives us 7.3. So they're working like 7 1/3 of an hour. And so that's a thing. You can work a little bit over an hour. So it's okay that we got a decimal. So now I want you to find the mean of school C, and then you are going to check your answer with mine. All right, so when I added them up, I got 77, and then I divide by 10 because they asked 10 people, and I get 7.7. So now what we're going to do is use, and I don't want you to do all 6 samples, we're just going to use the 3 samples, and we are going to find the mean number of all of them. So we are going to take 70 people were asked at the first, or 70 hours is what we got for when we added up A. B, we got 73. C, we got 77. And so we're going to add all those up, and then we're going to divide by 30 this time because there's 10 plus 10 plus 10, so that gives us 30 students. So 70 plus 73 plus 77 gives us 220, and then we're going to divide by 3, and we get, not 3, sorry, 220 divided by 30, we get 7.3 repeating for our answer. So on average, that's how much between the 3 schools the students would work. So 7.3 repeating hours. So 7 1/3 hour of an hour. What I did forget was check the variation. So that is taking our big minus our small. So 7.7 minus 7 is 0.7. So that is our variation. So our mean is adding them all up, dividing by the number of numbers, and then our variation is finding the big minus small, our range, and then when we had to find the center, that was finding our middle number. So that is 8.2.